Hey now, I gotta plug in my mic first of all, but I'm gonna need a microphone check, y'all. Okay, the mic is on. Let me know if you can hear me. If you're in the replay, meet me in about 6 minutes. Go ahead and scroll up. And if you are in the chat, in the bushes, thank you for your patience. I'm gonna show a video that my artist shot. I actually shot and edited this video myself. So I want you to stay tuned for that. Thank you, Juti. But yeah, give this a minute. We got a lot of topics. If, as you can see, Angie Stone, what really happened? Okay. Gayle King is crying in tears, terrified of this space flight she's supposed to go on. Oprah has been subpoenaed in a Russell Simmons case. Suge Knight is out here telling his diary stories from the death row days and putting people on blast. Diddy got a new lawsuit, another day, another Diddy suit, child. Meek Mill is in a lawsuit as well with Jay-Z and some other people. I just found out about that. I'm actually have to look that up in Pacer. And yeah, I think that's it. Well, there's some other things that couldn't fit on here, but we're going to talk. It's Friday, and I will be back. Please be patient. Don't go nowhere. All right. Oh, motherfucking right. Happy Friday, everybody. What a week. I think I came on Tuesday. That was about it this week. So I'll make sure to come on, wish everybody a happy Friday, happy weekend, and get into some of these topics that have been coming across the timeline and whatnot. And like I said, I shot this video this past weekend, edited and all of that. And it just went up today. I'm kind of scared to show it because they did a remix off of a song by Jay Dilla, which is distributed by UMG. And when I went to post it on their YouTube page, or our YouTube page, it got blocked for copyright infringement. I had to post it in separate parts on the shorts page. It did go up on Instagram though, so that's where I'm gonna play it from, but I'm kind of nervous. I think I might wait to the end to show the video. I don't know. What do y'all think? Anyway, it was just kind of a warm up for us because it's been a while. I think since the pandemic was the last time I actually shot and edited any music videos, and that any music has even been done. I'm trying to think. But nevertheless, we are here. We are back. Let me say hi to everybody who's in the chat. I actually forgot to, I usually send out little reminders to people. I forgot. I took me a good nap. I barely just get up, but I did get to send it out, and I forgot to put the thumbnail picture on there. So I know that looked crazy, but shout out to Wow Wayne, baby. He's back, feeling better. Yes. Let me get my bell together here. My sound bowl. Yes. Well, welcome back, Wow Wayne. So glad you're feeling better. Prayers have been up for you and will continue to be. I see Juti is here, my favorite Canadian. Yo. Love Queen, aka Beautiful Spirit, wishing us happy Friday. I know she said she's going to be here if she's not here in the moment, but she will be back. Shout out to her. And who else? I think that's it for now. You said, I think the first 20 minutes are the ones most vulnerable to strikes. Right. Oh my God, that reminds me. And I got a dang copyright strike on my shorts page from a short that's been up for years now. It's been up for at least 2 years. So now I need to go delete all my shorts because they're all vulnerable to being strike. I didn't know at the time when I was posting them that they were violating their policies or whatever. They did tell me later, but they didn't say go delete them or else might get a strike any day. Because if I get 2 more, the channel was gone, baby. And I don't want to risk that. And I had told y'all last time I was here, they took down one of my videos that was doing real good, 12,000 or so views, bunch of comments, and they removed that video talking about I was bullying, harassing somebody. And that was from my other page, The Nosy Goddess. I haven't posted there since because I'm kind of shell shocked. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Anyway, so yeah, okay, I'll hold off on the video. We'll wait, but let's get into some of these topics. I think most of these topics are on my Instagram page anyway, or on Twitter. Well, let me share the page. Thank you, Juti. I know now I'm like nervous. I think, and I was supposed to do that, and I was like, let me go delete all these shorts just in case, and I just haven't done it, so I better do it because it can happen any minute, like literally. So if my channel happens to be gone, just see me over at The Nosy Goddess, Nozey. I'll be over there. I can go live over there too. I just don't. But just a FYI. Okay, let me see here. If you are not following me on Instagram, follow me, $1 Trillion Goddess. I'm just going to go through some of these topics, though. Let's see, do I hit the ones I have up? You know, the story I've been covering more so on The Nosy Goddess right now is the Big U situation. And I have the indictment. It's 107 pages, and I still haven't finished reading it. So hang tight for that. Let's see. What's one of the stories? Angie Stone, Gayle King. I have a lot of them. LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith situation. There's a lot of unaliving going on in the rap community. Let me see. I thought this was good news. Yolanda Saldivar denied parole 30 years after the unaliving of Selena Quintanilla Perez. Yeah, this hoe thought she was getting out. They say the woman who fatally shot Selena in 1995 was denied parole. Yeah. Multiple outlets report Saldivar went up against a parole panel for the first time in nearly 30 years. If you recall, Saldivar was sentenced to first-degree murder, and she was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years. So I guess her 30 years is here, and she thought, you know what? I'm going home. Guess what? Texas Department of Criminal Justice said, no, ma'am. Somebody said she should make herself comfortable in there, add some decor pillows. Somebody said at least somebody's making good decisions in 2025. Okay. Because I don't know why. I thought she was already released. I don't know. I think I had been seeing some stories about her. Somebody else said, why are her lawyers not explaining to her that prison is the safest place for her? And that is true too. Because I know people are still mad at this lady for taking this beautiful woman's life so early. It was not her decision. People just go around murking people. These people are people's children, siblings. I mean, loved ones. You know, you just take somebody's life. Who are you? Somebody said, I love how no matter what your political stance is, your background, we all hate this woman. It's so true. So yeah, that's a story. Let me see. Come over here to my comments. Prison is home now. Get it. Exactly, Juti. All his 2024. Hey, welcome or welcome back. Hope all is well. Yeah, just getting started on this Friday stream, talking about some of the things in the news. I had some specific topics as well, but I think they're in this Instagram save. So I thought this was a trip. You guys know that Pop the Balloon YouTube channel or YouTube, I think show, I guess you could call it, where people, singles, step up to bravely, I would say, step up to the plate, child, and go head on with a bunch of other singles who have a balloon. And from the time you step out the door, they are either popping that balloon or not popping that balloon, and they can pop it at any time. Some people, they walk out immediately and get that balloon popped on them. You have to have really thick skin to go on Pop the Balloon. Well, nevertheless, now Pop the Balloon is a series that is set to hit Netflix now. You see what the power of YouTube can do? Somebody started this as a YouTube series, and now it's going to be on Netflix with actress Yvonne Orji, I think, as the host. And Yvonne is from the show Insecure. And I think Yvonne is famously a virgin as well. So that's interesting that she's now the host of this show. But yeah, I think that is amazing. Let's see. Oh, let's see what they say about the original show. So they say that Netflix announced that the popular series, which encourages single contestants to choose their preferences from a lineup of interests, would be arriving on their streaming platform. The original host, Arlette Amuli, and her husband, Bolia Montundu, who created the show, will contribute to the Netflix production as executive producers. And that's good news, too. That is amazing. They should have just kept the original host, the husband and the wife. I think they're good. Somebody said, I love me some Yvonne, but how y'all going to replace the host that put the show on the map? That's what I'm saying. Why would they replace the host? sometimes, I don't know, these decisions. But anyway, that's amazing. Should, let people know, me included, hell, anybody could be watching what you're doing, and it can go anywhere. Like, I don't know what steps they took in order to get the show picked up by Netflix. I don't know if they shopped the show, if somebody approached them, but the power of the internet, child, that's amazing. Okay, let me come to the comments. I don't see no comment. And you know what? Let me text Love. Oh, here's Love Queen. I'm about to text you, girl, talking about you better get that food and get your ass up in this chat. Welcome, though. Happy Friday, love. You said what now? I don't understand why people are so angry that they are literally unaliving people. Who? Who's so angry? Are you just talking about in general? You might be in the replay, but okay. I agree with you. I agree. Okay, so let's get back to what's going on in my Instagram saved stories. Okay, we got a Jay-Z update. Jay-Z's extortion case survives dismissal as judge weighs explosive recordings. So Tony Busby has been, I guess he filed a motion to dismiss Jay-Z's extortion case against him. And it sounds like the judge is letting it go forward. Let's see what they say here on allhiphop.com. On Instagram, Jay-Z scored a significant courtroom win Wednesday when a judge decided to keep his extortion lawsuit against Texas attorney Tony Busby alive, citing recent explosive audio evidence as a key factor in the case. Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Mark Epstein reversed his earlier indication that he might dismiss Jay-Z's extortion claim, stating in his tentative ruling on Wednesday, March 26, that recently uncovered audio recordings have thrown a monkey wrench into his previous considerations. Wow. Wait, hold on, child. Let me get this music together. The audio suggests Doe never authorized Busby to include Jay-Z in her lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs, and that Busby allegedly pushed her to name Jay-Z publicly as an assailant. But I thought that there were recordings to also say that that wasn't true, and that she said that that wasn't true. Now I'm really getting confused. But this goes on to say Judge Epstein emphasized the significance of the new evidence, writing that supports not only defamation case of action, but also the extortion cause of action. Jay-Z's lawsuit filed in November of 2024 accuses Busby of attempting to extort him through a demand letter seeking private mediation and a monetary settlement. The hip-hop mogul labeled the letter an existential threat in his sworn declaration. Busby, who represents dozens of plaintiffs in claims against Diddy, has denied any wrongdoing, calling accusations that he pressured Doe into false allegations a blatant lie. Doe later claimed the recording was altered to misrepresent her statements. However, Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, dismissed Doe's claims earlier this month, asserting that the tape speaks for itself and calling any suggestion of his client's involvement effectively a lie. Okay, so if they were able to present their recordings, then wasn't Busby's affidavit from this woman also valid to say that that's not what I said and that they actually edited those recordings to make it sound, away or whatever? That's just weird. Somebody said the silence is not as loud as the hate was. Everybody that wanted to see Hov fall is quiet now. Crickets. Oh, shut up. First of all, we aren't calling him Hov. Okay, his name is Sean, aka Jay. Okay. Somebody said, man, I'm telling you, Jay-Z has a really good fixer. Thank you. I mean, no matter what he does or doesn't do, he gets away with it. Somebody getting paid good. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna like that. Somebody said, I will not lose, because that's one of his lyrics. Jay-Z. Wow. Okay, well, Jay-Z has, it goes back and forth with him as far as his support. He has a lot of supporters. People do not want to see this man down at all. And I think part of that has to do with his link to Beyonce, to be honest. I think some of that beehive friend Jay-Z, because who likes him that much? But I do think his money is going a long way. It has a lot of reach, because I saw a lot of things that made me say something still ain't right with this. But I guess it'll play out. And if it ends up going to court, then hopefully this woman will end up having to testify as to which is true. So I guess we'll see. All right, let me see if any comments over here. Oh, okay, you say yes, the Yolanda lady and people like pufferfish. Okay, Love Queen said, I believe Jay-Z is going to be next to get indicted, and I also believe a few attorneys will be too. You know, that you might not be far from that, far from the truth with that one. Juti said, Jay-Z is a bit more protected, but the truth shall prevail. Yes, ma'am. The truth shall prevail indeed. There is a lawsuit that was filed. I got to look it up in Pacer, though. Just somebody posted the first 2 pages on Twitter today asking why nobody is covering this. And I know Jay-Z, Meek Mill, and even ASAP Rocky's attorney was listed as defendants in this case. So I'm going to look that up. But when you say attorney's going to be indicted, you ain't lying. Okay, now let's see what else we got going on here. You know, WAC 100, I don't believe usually nothing this man says. I mean, this man is he's always in the middle of bullshit. He's always running his mouth, and half the time, I think more than half the time, what he says is cap. But sometimes, every now and here and again, he is speaking the truth. And that's what makes him so frustrating. But he recently said that Yo Gotti could be next in line for a federal case, and he predicts a RICO coming for the Young Dolph hit. And I think it's pretty well known that he was behind the hit. I think his brother is the one who was named. I'm not sure exactly the details, but I believe his brother who runs his label, he was named. But I think that I always felt like Gotti was going to get named because he's always in some stuff. And this thing with Dolph, I mean, it was such a well-known situation. And this stuff always comes back. It always comes back. I don't know if y'all have seen the footage of the other rapper who was on Alive Mo 3. They have the footage. The prosecution has it. And they showed it, and it's been all over the internet. And the guy is literally, it's on the freeway happening. And they show the guy running with the gun, all the stuff. But yeah, this stuff always comes back. I don't know why this is a thing. Like Beautiful Spirit or Love Queen said, what's wrong with people? You a rap rival? Really? Okay. Somebody said whack. Let's see. Yo Gotti could be next in line. If he says somebody said if he says it, it's happening. Somebody said whack gotta be a federale. Somebody said that nigga a fed. He say shit on the internet for cops to move on it. Well, he knew about Big U ahead of time, and he was hinting on the internet about it. And he says because he was trying to give Big U a heads up, even though he don't like Big U. Why would you do that? But he didn't take the clue, and he didn't take the cue, and now he's behind bars facing a slew of charges in a RICO. But now he's saying this about Gotti. So how true is this or not? Somebody says social media helps the feds. And somebody else said that's the warning Big U ignored with the laughing emoji. I don't think he thinks it's funny, but it's very true. You said, well, Wayne said Whack is guilty too. Well, Wayne is back, baby. Love Queen said Whack conveniently is on vacation allegedly. Now that Big U and them locked up. Oh, really? I saw him on the Jumper, No Jumper recently. But and that's a whole other thing. I'm gonna post on my other channel. But Adam 22 said that the feds came knocking on his door, that all his people got locked up, and yeah, I don't know if I believe that, because they're trying to hype up stuff to get clicks and views. But yeah, I think that some of these channels, they're listed in the indictment. Vlad is listed in there as well as No Jumper. Yes, everything is alleged. Thank you, Wow. Love Queen said, I don't like whack, but the idiot shouldn't have been running to whack and talking on live. You right. You are right. All right. So, this is a thing. Travelers are being detained at U.S. borders over anti-president content on their phones. Yeah, this man came in. Well, he came in internationally. I don't know if that's what this story is, but this is a story I saw about a week ago. And they pulled this man aside for no reason at all, asked him to see his phone. And they did find some stuff about Trump on there, anti-Trump stuff. And they told him he had to go back. And I was like, when has that been a law? That you can't speak ill will, you can't be anti-president sentiments, you can't have opinions that voice the fact that you don't like the things the president is doing. Since when? Since when? So this story is from Impress on Instagram. And they reposted this from Afropunk. But it says, according to reports, U.S. are stopping and detaining travelers based on the content of their text messages, specifically if they're critical of President Trump. While Customs and Border Protection says it's a part of national security efforts, this raises serious questions about our freedom of expression. So I guess the details are in the Washington Post, but they said we have to ask ourselves, how much power are we willing to hand over before our rights disappear? Somebody said, that's the president y'all voted for. I know I didn't, but that's what we got. That's what we stuck with, child. Let's see. Juti said, oh my God, that is insane and way too akin to North Korea. Exactly. It's crazy. Or Russia. You're right. I agree. And it's I don't understand it. And this is probably okay within the Patriot Act. I don't know. Has anybody ever read the entirety of the Patriot Act? See, the Patriot Act was born out of the events of 9/11, which is why, and this might be the end of my channel for this, because I might have said this before, that 9/11, in my opinion, was not a true event. It was an event that was manufactured or staged in order for them to push through other things that we may not have agreed with otherwise. We went ahead and said, yep, go on with that Patriot Act with all them rules in there that we don't even know are in there. There's new laws and all these things for our protection because we scared. You know what I'm saying? I really do feel like if you read the Patriot Act, this is probably one in there that it's okay to do. We have the permission to turn anyone around who has negative sentiments about our leadership here or anything about our country. So I think that's crazy. You're welcome. Thank you for being here, Love Queen. Okay, what else we got on here? Oh, I did want to shout out Afi Esquire. Afi, why is her last name? Oh my God, I can't think of her last name right now. But she, Afi, you guys know Afi, my lawyer friend that I met at the Tory Lanez trial. She comes in here, the Black Letter Law on YouTube. Okay, she launched a Black Women's History Encyclopedia. I don't know if the book is actually launched yet, but she has launched a new Instagram page, blackwomendaily.co. And she posted a couple of posts a day or so ago. But if you guys are on Instagram, follow her, blackwomendaily.co. She said, on this day, we celebrate the birth of Diana Ross, the voice find an era. Born March 26, 1944 in Detroit, Michigan, she became one of music's most eternal icons. From her early days with the Primettes, later to the Supremes, to her groundbreaking solo career, she's been commanding stages for 60 plus years. She's a legendary singer, actress, and fashion icon who gave us classics like Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Endless Love, and I'm Coming Out. Her unforgettable roles in Lady Sings the Blues, Mahogany, and The Wiz earned her critical acclaim and an Oscar nomination. From Motown to movies to disco and pop, Ross has shown the world that what stardom looks like. With 12 number one hits with the Supremes and 6 as a solo artist, she's pure music royalty. Ross blazed trails in music, film, and fashion and earned her a place as a Kennedy Center honoree. Happy birthday to the Supreme Queen. Hashtag music legend. The Supremes, Women's History Month, Black History, Black Women Daily. Yes. Yes, please support this sister. I sent a couple of y'all some DMs and asked y'all to support her as well. So check your messages. She has another post here. I love Diana Ross. Definitely an icon. Yeah. And I think she also had another post. So yeah, check out her page. Now, what I'm confused about here, Drewski, who was recently named in a lawsuit with regard to Diddy and a few other people, Odell Beckham and all of that. Seems like people don't care. They must not believe this woman, but he's still being celebrated on the stages of even the Jennifer Hudson show or the J Hud show. Here he is coming in. I forgot what they call this this little hallway thing they do when they greet their guests. Oh, I think that I was wondering if she superimposed herself from like TikTok. I thought she was with him the whole time. But yeah, this mofo is super suspect. Talk about I was nobody when that happened. That's how you got here. Look at him now being celebrated on some of the highest platforms we got. Are you serious right now? And on top of that, remember the police officer, Paratelli? I forgot his name. He's the police chief in Maui. They said they were putting him on suspension until they investigated. Well, guess what? He's also back at work, child. He is back at work. The city council voted him back to work. And the same city council that got criticized for putting him in office in the first place when things looked real nefarious around his election. You think about this world. Everything that's happening that we see in front of our faces is just not right. It's not right and it's not true and believable, but yet it's the go along, get along gang when it comes to the masses. People just go along to get along. Like nobody cares. And I won't say nobody because I care. I know a lot of y'all care. But when it comes to masses and the majority, and on top of that, it's not even just that. It's the powers that be, the people who control the media, the people who control the narrative of society are the ones who really control what we see in front of our faces. Now, one of the things that I study and coach has to do with manifestation. It has to do with controlling your own narrative, which at the end of the day would control the mass narrative if everybody were to take heed and everything that we see in this actually an after effect of what we internally are seeing and feeling for ourselves. So your life as it stands currently, the things going on, good or bad or a mix of both or whatever, are strictly the after effect or the product of the things you internalize, the things you think about, you feel. These are the things that get projected in physical society, in the physical world, in the physical realm. So we have to be able to manage our emotions, manage our thoughts in order to basically create the life that we want, and don't let the outside world dictate what we do within ourselves. It's supposed to be the other way around. So, and Diddy, see, this is why he's always talking about frequency and all of that stuff, because he learned this, but he learned it after he did all the dirt he did and all the dirty stuff and all the evil stuff. See, things still have to play out. There's still things playing out. Like what we see right now in our lives in physical realm is yesterday's thoughts and dreams and emotions. This is from yesterday. The things we're feeling now and internalizing now will project our tomorrow. So you got to be careful now. Even if you're just learning this, start today. Start today. You have control over your life. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The girl in front of him is not really there. You're right. Okay. Let's move on. What is this? Why is it all black? Let me see. 50 Cent. Oh, let me not. I don't want to get into that. We already talked about that partial court victory. So did y'all hear about Nia Long and Sherry Shepherd getting into it? This is kind of crazy to me, but Sherry Shepherd addressed it. I didn't know that Nia Long had posted something, I guess, on her page, basically saying something real slick. But Sherry Shepherd has something to say. Let me see.
I get along with everybody. So I'm standing there and I was talking to Kadeen and DeVal Ellis. And DeVal Ellis is on Sister. So I'm talking to this. So this unnamed celebrity actress who shall remain nameless. I'm standing there talking. Somebody grabbed my arms and they forcefully turned me around. So I'm in a good mood. So I go, hi, what's going on? Because I know her. And she says to me, she goes, you've been shading me a lot. That's what she said to me. And I said to her, I said, no, I haven't, because I was really confused. And then she goes, yes, you have. And then she just walked off. Now, let me tell you something. First of all, I know who I shade because I don't shade many people. It might be one person I shade. And I never have shaded this unnamed celebrity. And I'm like, and so she came into me in front of everybody going, you shaded me. And then she walks off. So, hey, unnamed. So I was mad. I was really mad. And I said, you know what? You don't freaking get to do that to me. So I went to the bathroom during intermission. I stood there for 15 minutes waiting for a meeting in the ladies' room. I get along with everybody. I really do. I get along with everybody. Ladies' room. Okay? I stood there. You want to tell me I shaded you? No. You don't get to pull me and turn me around like we in a daggone cartoon and then walk away. So I would say the unnamed celebrity, because you think I done shaded you, which means you watch my show. I don't know who you think I am. I think you get me confused with somebody, one of the bloggers or the influencers, because I know I didn't shade you. Matter of fact, when something scandalous came up about you, I was on your side when it happened. So I would say the unnamed celebrity, because we've known each other a long time. Come sit on my couch so we can talk about it. Ladies' room, okay?
So somehow it got out that it was Nia Long, child. And I don't know what is going on and what Nia, I saw some other posts that Nia posted standing her ground or whatever, but somebody said, I heard Nia Long is a mean girl, low key. Somebody else said Sherry is a clown. Give Wendy her show back. Somebody said they said Nia been mean. Taraji didn't care for her on Empire. Oh yeah, I did hear some things about her when she was on Empire. Somebody said Nia is legendary, but we can't act like we've never heard this before. Somebody said Sherry's still struggling to fill Wendy's wig cap, I see. Well, it was definitely a moment to come on here and try to blast somebody, another celebrity, to say this chick done pulled my arm and turned me around while we were backstage at this event or whatever the case, and tell this whole story, but not name the person. Like, she should have just named her at that point. But people have their sides, but I just thought that was kind of just for clicks and views, honey, because Sherry, you don't want no smoke, child. Sherry don't come across to me as somebody who is trying to have smoke with nobody. At the end of the day, she seemed like somebody who will just apologize for anything I may have done or said, because I didn't mean that. And I don't even do the writing for my show. That's what I see for Sherry. Yep, here it is. Maui police chief to keep his position despite being named as a co-conspirator in Diddy lawsuit. Yep. Just like I said happened. This is the lawsuit that from Ashley Parham, who accused Bad Boy founder and others of violently gang R-wording her in 2018 alongside Diddy. Several other high-profile individuals were named, including comedian Drewski, NFL star Odell Beckham Jr., notably Maui Police Chief John Pelletier, also named in the suit with accusations that he played a role in covering up the alleged crime. And he's back at work, child. And I think that's it's just crazy that, I guess they're just allegations at this point, but, to just kind of say, let him keep his job, because his job is a very powerful job. Police chief of any city is a powerful job. You can do things behind the scenes that could be damaging to this type of lawsuit, which is what he was doing what he's accused of doing in the first place. Now let's listen to this. Former federal prosecutor who quit on inauguration day of Donald Trump's second term found unalived at home. Look at this woman. She's a young lady. It says Jessica Aber, the former federal prosecutor who stepped down when President Trump took office for the second time earlier this year, has tragically passed away at the age of 43. Authorities found Aber dead at a residence in Alexandria, Virginia, around 9:18 a.m. on Saturday, March 22nd, according to a statement from the Alexandria Police Department. Police responded to a call about an unresponsive woman in the 900 block of Beverly Drive. When they arrived, they discovered Aber and pronounced her DEAD at the scene. The police are currently investigating the circumstances surrounding her unaliving, and the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner of Virginia will determine the manner of death. So at this time, they aren't even telling us the details of what happened. Somebody said that this got scandal written all over it. Somebody said, man, protect Jasmine Crockett, Maxine Waters, Al Green, and them for real. Ain't that many coincidences in the damn universe. Somebody said, ain't that many coincidences in the world. Somebody said in all caps, we have a felon in the White House. What did you expect? Wow. Somebody else said this was a woman who chased her dreams, an educated woman who stood for what she believed in. May she rest in peace. Wow. Unbelievable. Yeah, definitely wishing her and her family well. Oh, good news here. Oh, let me come over to the comments before I go on. Our ancestors are upset and has had it up to here with some of the people carrying on like fools on earth. Age of Aquarius. Absolutely. Age of Aquarius it is. Yes, sir. Queen of info, baby. All right. Wendy Williams, good news. She's been deemed mentally competent, y'all, after passing a psychiatric evaluation with a perfect score. She answered all questions correctly, confirming her full mental capacity, meaning she no longer requires the conservatorship she is under. Now, I know it was determined that a judge determined for her to move to I think she was able to get her own condo. I think she's able to get her own condo and be released from this conservatorship at the end of the day. So I think that's great news for her. Congrats to Wendy. And I hope she does a podcast. She could just do that at the house, definitely. Because these times we need a Wendy, child. We need a Wendy. All right. Let's see what else. Oh, Soulja Boy, child, accused in horrific abuse and explosive court testimony. Soulja Boy has faced disturbing accusations of R-wording and abuse from a woman identified as Jane Doe during emotional testimony in a civil trial in Santa Monica, California earlier this week. Doe, who worked as the hip-hop artist's personal assistant from December 2018 to late 2020, is suing him for R-wording, assault, kidnapping, and violations of labor laws. During her appearance on the witness stand, Doe detailed a harrowing account of alleged abuse, claiming Soulja Boy would routinely R-word and assault her. Doe further testified that Soulja Boy repeatedly threatened her safety and family, allegedly telling her he knew her mother's address and would send shooters to her home. The lawsuit also claims Doe was locked inside rooms without food, water, or even a mattress multiple times. Doe also described the traumatic incident involving a explicit video. In quotes, it says, "He took a video of me that I wasn't too proud of sexually," the woman testified. "On one occasion, he punched me in the lip and it busted, and he made me perform oral on him, and he recorded it. And he hit me afterward for getting blood on his pee." Child, you know, I don't even know what to say, but a lot of these people, I don't even want to read these comments because I know people are going to say her story's crazy. I did see some people say, you know, why you keep going to work? But if you see, he was threatening her and her family. So a lot of people, you know, it becomes like this mind game. It's very psychological. It's a psychological assault on a person, honestly. So prayers up for this woman. Let's see, what is this story? Newly discovered molecular switch shuts down cancer, turns deadly cancer cells into harmless fat cells. Wow, that's amazing. So would you rather be fat or have cancer is the question. Now, they say researchers from Korea, Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, found that when they activate a protein called PRRX1, cancer cells stop multiplying and turn into fat cells. Plus, these transformed fat cells became unable to form tumors or spread to other parts of the body. The study focused on breast cancer and sarcoma cells, showing promising results in both types. In particular, the study has revealed in detail at the genetic network level that changes occur within cells behind the process of cancer development, which has been considered a mystery until now. The researchers are now developing methods to activate PRRX1 in human patients, potentially creating new therapeutic approaches for cancer treatment. God bless these scientists. God bless these doctors. Yes, keep going. Keep going. Now, we just got to hope nothing happens to these people. Now, I did this story right here.
The LAPD under scrutiny this morning after a complaint was filed accusing officers of making racist and other derogatory comments about their colleagues. The alleged remarks secretly recorded.
A Los Angeles police officer working in the department's recruitment office recorded dozens and dozens of conversations for the better part of a year. These recordings revealing 90 recordings made inside the recruiting division, portraying officers and supervisors voicing open discrimination against potential recruits and colleagues based on race. These are the same officers tasked with deciding who can join the LAPD. Now, in one conversation, take a look at this. A Latina LAPD officer offered this advice on how to fight African Americans, saying, quote, "You hit Black people in the liver. I heard they got weak livers," according to the complaint filed January 5th. The complaint also claiming officers reportedly referred to Black people as monkeys.
The LAPD under scrutiny this morning after a complaint was filed accusing.
And these are recruiters, okay? These are people recruiting officers who have been doing this. They say they've been recording these people for over a year, and they have evidence hardcore that these people are racist. This is just a disgrace. But it also speaks to the fact that if you look at the police force out here, when you see police officers, you're typically going to see a Hispanic person. Yeah, in LA, that's all you're going to see. It's very rare to see a Black police officer. And depending on where you are, of course, I mean, there's going to be white police officers. But mostly what I see are Hispanic police officers. It's crazy. So I hope they clean house and get rid of these bums. What else we got? I'm looking for the thing about Gayle King specifically. Oh, here it is. Now, this is crazy to me, and I'm wondering if Oprah has something to do with this. Maybe it's time for her to sacrifice somebody. But child, listen to this.
I have to tell you, I'm so afraid.
Stop, Gayle.
I am. I'm so afraid, but I'm also so excited about it. When they asked me, and they asked me around Thanksgiving, I was like, no. Then I started thinking about it. I met with favorite daughter Kirby, favorite son Will, Oprah. That's my kitchen cabinet. They will all be there that day with their spouses. And I just thought, what a unique opportunity. And then yesterday, I met the crew. We're now the crew. We're all in a text chain together. And their stories are so amazing. When Aisha was told, your dreams are too big. Somebody else was told, women don't go in this. We'll introduce you later, but one mom said her son, when he was a little boy, and she said she was going to space, his kids at school said, you're a liar because moms don't go to space. And now she's going. Somebody else is a sexual assault survivor. Katy Perry she's a different kind of dude. She comes from a totally different planet. It's been her lifelong dream. Lauren Sanchez, we all know, she flies helicopter pilots. She's a philanthropist. She's an author. We know, of course, that she's engaged to Jeff Bezos. So all these people, this has been their dream. This was never my dream.
No. Yes, but Gayle,
it was never my dream. And somebody said, well, maybe you need to have new dreams, Gayle.
No,
maybe
but Gayle,
you
actually, that's good advice. And
it is.
I think it's so awesome.
I don't know how to explain being terrified and excited at the same time. It's like how I felt about to deliver a baby.
Oh, but Gayle, here's the way I thought about it when I
I
heard the news. First of all, I'm proud to be at your side every morning and sit with you, and to know that you're going into space. When we were children, astronauts didn't look like me and you. And what I thought of
Astronaut's a loose word when you talk about.
Yes, but you're going into Astros, and
I know.
So to me, that's what you're going to be after this journey. And I thought immediately of that.
I'm shaking right now, even though.
Here's what I thought. I thought of that Maya Angelou quote where she wrote that the desire to reach for the stars is ambitious, but the desire to reach hearts is wise. And you've spent decades reaching our hearts. You're going to go into space and tell us what it's like to be an ordinary person. You're not John Glenn. You're not Neil Armstrong. You're Gayle King. Yeah. And the way that you're going to be able to relate that story back to those of us who have followed you and watched you and have been at your side and not been at your side for all these years, that's the true value in what you're doing.
I had a big birthday, as you guys know. You were both there. And I thought I wanted to open myself up to new adventures and step out of my comfort zone. And once Kirby and Will were fine with it and Oprah was fine with it, I was surprised because I thought Oprah would say no, but she said no. She said, I think if you don't do it, when they all come back and you have the opportunity to do it, you will be kicking yourself. And she's right.
I don't think you can possibly say no. We spend our whole lives as journalists. I don't think you can possibly say no. We spend our whole lives as journalists. You spent your career as a journalist. You talk to people here on this planet. Very few of the billions of us here get to go up there and look back down.
I have to tell you, I'm so afraid.
Stop, Gayle.
I am. I'm so afraid, but I'm also so excited about it. When they asked me, and they asked me around Thanksgiving, I was like, no. Then I started thinking about it. I met with favorite daughter Kirby, favorite son Will, Oprah. That's my kitchen cabinet. They will all be there that day with their spouses. And I just thought, what a unique opportunity. And then yesterday, I met the crew. We're now the crew. We're all in a text chain together. And their stories are so amazing. When Aisha was told, your dreams are too big. Somebody else was told, women don't go in this. We'll introduce you later, but one mom said her son, when he was a little boy, and she said she was going to space.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. My whole count went down to 0. Are y'all still here? I see you, Wow Wayne. Where'd everybody go? Where did everybody go? What is going on? Now I'm wondering, is this thing even on? Am I still on live, y'all? What's happening? I see Michelle saying, everybody have a good weekend. What's going on? You see these numbers? It went down to 0. What is going on? Anyway, I'm going to keep going. Because YouTube, see, this, I don't know. YouTube, me and YouTube are not doing well. But I'm going to keep going. So Gayle King clearly is terrified of going into space. I'm going to tell you something. If I'm so terrified to do something that I'm crying out of fear, I ain't going. But she said everybody's encouraging her to go. She got an invitation out the blue in November. Like, Who gave you the invitation? And she named all the people going with her. Lauren Sanchez, who's Jeff Bezos' fiance, she's going. Katy Perry. I mean, honestly, I would be afraid to go. And what is the space flight that you're going on? It better not be Elon Musk space shuttle, because his stuff be blowing up. But I don't know, Gayle. I don't know if this is the way, I don't know. Okay, I see some of y'all, a couple of y'all are still here. You were listening to Gayle? Okay, let me get to this new Diddy suit. Let me look it up. Whole new lawsuit, child. Diddy Combs, a male photographer, to perform oral on him in a scathing new lawsuit. Sean Diddy Combs has been accused in a new lawsuit of forcing male photographer to give him oral on the set of a commercial with the promise of helping his career take off. The man, only identified as John Doe, claims the Bad Boy Records founder started chatting to him while he was working on the high-profile commercial in late 2022, early 2023, and coerced him into a blatant sexual quid pro quo. So I'm wondering, what commercial was he in 2022 and early 2023? What commercial? Probably having to do with the liquor, right? Combs allegedly invited the photographer back to his trailer to discuss the potential career opportunities the suit filed Wednesday alleges. Combs framed this meeting as an opportunity for plaintiff to advance his career. Plaintiff, although hesitant, could not turn down what appeared to be a career-defining moment few ever receive. So he fell for the okie doke, child. Once inside the trailer, Combs' true intentions quickly became clear. What had looked like a once-in-a-lifetime career opportunity was a thinly veiled quid pro. And y'all know that just means I'll give you this if you give me that. The photographer alleges that Combs allegedly began making sexual advances towards him once they were behind closed doors. He unzipped his pants and told plaintiff words to the effect of, "If you suck it right, I'll make your career take off." The implication was clear, so also that if plaintiff did not propose sex on Combs to his satisfaction, career would be over. Wow. The photographer claimed Combs also threatened him with physical violence, and if he didn't follow through with the sex act. In the wake of the alleged incident, the snapper claims he had to go back to work, despite him grappling with the trauma of the situation. And he likes them when they, what is it, beautiful spirit, scraping and scrambling. He said he likes it when I like it when they scraping and scrambling, child. Combs' legal team has denied the photographer's allegations, and they have that same thing they say all the time. I'm not even going to read what they said. But yeah, just yet another lawsuit with the same kind of scenario, using his power and influence to, get something that he wants out of a person. And like, can he not go anywhere, even on a short job, a commercial shoot, without harassing somebody into giving him sex? Like, this guy really has problems. Like, he has serious problems, y'all. Juti said he has literally been that way with everyone, it seems. Yeah, he grosses me out. Exactly. Oh, wait, I missed this one. Why is Gayle going to space? Like, what is the purpose? Y'all know I don't know I think they just offer it to show, because they're trying to commercialize these space flights. And I don't think there is a purpose. I think it's just to show that we can go to space. I wouldn't go. Michelle said they all need help. They all do need help. They definitely do. Okay. Now let me see if I can find, I think the Angie Stone thing is might be on Twitter. Let me see. Angie Stone. Let me see. Facts surrounding Angie Stone's death and financial disputes. Number one, Courtney's account of the accident. Simply Courtney, and I think this is the woman that saw the accident happen on the side of the road. She alleges that she attempted to pull Angie Stone out of the wrecked vehicle but failed. Afterward, an 18-wheeler struck Angie Stone, unaliving her. There were other passengers in the van, yet only Angie Stone lost her life in the accident. This raises questions about what exactly transpired before the 18-wheeler's impact and whether anything could have been done differently. Number two, the social media video controversy. Simply Courtney was recording a video about the incident, which she later shared online. Angie Stone's family demanded she remove it, likely out of respect and privacy concerns. This highlights a growing issue where tragic events are often documented and shared online before families are properly informed. Number three, no autopsy performed on Angie Stone. Reports indicate that no autopsy was conducted on Angie Stone. This has led to speculations about whether her exact cause of death was fully verified. Given the circumstances of the accident, an autopsy may have clarified unanswered questions, such as whether she sustained fatal injuries from the initial crash or if the 18-wheeler was solely responsible for her death. Number four, well, I thought the lady said she did pull her out of the vehicle and they were sitting on the side while she was doing it. Something, she said, knocked her out the way. And when she turned around to see what it was the 18-wheeler. She said the 18-wheeler is what took Angie Stone out. I know that the family is suing the driver, I believe, is what I read. But it says, number four, millions owed to Angie Stone. Before her death, Angie Stone publicly accused Universal Music Group of withholding her royalties for decades. In a January 2nd, 2025 video, she stated that they have been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. They've been pretty much taking everything. Tyler Perry spoke about this financial injustice at her funeral, angrily questioning all of those years, all of those songs, all of that money that was owed to her. Where is it at? Where is it? The music industry, number five, has patterns of exploitation, which we know. They say Angie Stone's struggle is not an isolated case. Many artists have faced similar battles over unpaid royalties. Prince, Taylor Swift, Anita Baker, and countless others have fought to reclaim financial rights of their work. Michael Jackson, he literally called Tommy Mottola of Sony the devil. Record labels historically retain control over an artist's earnings, often leaving them financially unstable and despite their success. Closing thoughts. Angie Stone's tragic death raises many concerns. What truly happened in the final moments before the 18-wheeler struck her? The decision to record and post about the accident before contacting authorities shows how social media is being misused during tragedies. The fact that an autopsy wasn't performed leaves important questions unanswered. Angie Stone's battle for unpaid royalties highlights a major flaw in the music industry, artists being denied the compensation they rightfully earned. Tyler Perry's statement at her funeral underscores this painful reality as Angie Stone's financial struggles continue even after her passing. Now, with regard to the record labels, the other thing to highlight is that they typically will have a life insurance policy out on these artists. And I think when they're signing all their contracts and stuff, they sign on to that. A lot of them don't even know they sign on to that. Let me see if one of these videos is the lady.
Video footage of a driver passing by the site of the crash that killed R&B soul singer Angie Stone.
I guess they made the lady take that down, but I saw that video.
Still footage.
Let me see. Oh, here she is.
Here's the story. About 4 a.m. on Saturday morning, me and my daughter were driving to.
Okay, you could barely hear her, but she's recounting the story here about how they saw this accident on the road. And yeah, it's very strange.
I look at these young folks who are living these lives and they think that it's supposed to be the way that it is on Instagram. And they're forgetting about the people who have paved the way for them to be in that situation. They're forgetting about the women like Angie Stone, who's been in the business all of these years. You're gonna forget about what she did, all of the people that she put on and helped. So you gotta go through something to write a song like $20. It says, what you know about being poor. She don't say poor, she says poor. What you know about having to borrow from the neighbor next door. These are her words. What you know about bumming rides. What you know about having to swallow your pride. And this is the part of the song that got to me when she said, what do you do when you're through? When you're always helping people and nobody is there for you. Y'all gotta forgive me because I'm angry at the way she was treated. I did not know all the things that she was going through. Recently, I found out I'm not on Instagram. I'm not being hooked and manipulated by an algorithm telling me what to think and how to feel. So I don't see everything. But to think that this woman was in the business for all of these years, and there's a difference between performing because you want to and performing because you have to. All of those years, all of those songs, all of that money that was owed to her, where is it?
And I'm gonna stop that. But the people, including Monique herself, criticized Tyler Perry for this because he did the same thing to Monique. He did Monique real dirty, him and Oprah. Even though this is not the moment, to criticize somebody when they're speaking at somebody's funeral. She didn't do it at the funeral. I don't even think Monique was at the funeral, but the fact that he's kind of advocating for Angie over the record label and the money that they owe her when he himself has been accused of such nefarious things. It seems very hypocritical, but we can't take away what he's trying to do for Miss Angie Stone. So I just hope they get to the bottom of whatever happened. It sounds like they won't, because if she already had her funeral, which means she's probably already buried. They didn't do an autopsy. They kind of hurried up this thing. I mean, the driver, I think, is getting sued. I didn't see anything when I Googled her. I didn't see any headline having to do with any of that stuff. I saw this stuff.
Footage of a driver passing by the site.
I saw those headlines on social media. But let me actually see. Look at my bookmarks here. Make sure I have. Look at Kris Jenner, child, 70 years old, looking just like Kim. That's what money will do, though. Okay, let me show y'all. I want to talk about Suge Knight real quick. So Suge Knight has been going on the Art of Dialogue. I don't know if you guys follow on YouTube, the Art of Dialogue, and he has been giving these really interesting interviews, and they're actually really over the jail phone. You do hear the recording pop up that, he's being recorded and whatnot. But this particular interview blew my mind. So Suge Knight was talking about when Snoop was on trial for murder, right? Murder was the case that they gave me. And how Malik Lee, who was his bodyguard at the time, ended up taking the rap for the crime. And I thought it was a pretty well-known fact that Snoop did it, but got away with it because his bodyguard took the rap for him. I think I knew this. I don't know how, I mean, just because I'll be going down rabbit holes. But they ended up talking to the bodyguard. So Snoop initially was talking and saying, I wish I could talk to him. I haven't talked to Malik in a long time, because Malik was hired by Suge. He was working for a death row to protect Snoop. And when this incident happened, the guy stepped up. He did say he did shoot his gun as well, but it sounded like the bullet that actually killed the guy wasn't from the bodyguard's gun, but possibly from the gun Snoop had. And then after the trial, I think later on, after an investigation before the trial happened, David Kenner, who was a lawyer for death row, he somehow managed to get the police to help get rid of that evidence, or something had happened. They talk about it here. I didn't listen to the whole interview. I think I listened to most of it though. But they ended up getting Malik on the phone, the bodyguard. He's out of jail now. And it was just astonishing to hear some of the things he said. Suge talked to this guy. You could tell that they had a good relationship, and Suge seemed very comfortable talking to him. He actually started interviewing Malik. Suge did, and asking him questions about like what, about the time of what happened. And he said that he felt like he was doing his job by taking the rap. He felt like he was doing his job, and he wasn't, seemingly putting any blame on anybody. He said he forgave Snoop a long time ago. And what he forgave Snoop for was the fact that he never got a dime, while he never got a package while he was locked up for this. He said Snoop, somehow the security, before he was got the verdict, his sister was able to come into the bathroom and talk to him and give him words of encouragement. And then he said Snoop came in and promised him he was going to take care of him. He promised him he was going to take care of him. You won't have to worry about nothing. He said Snoop, he never heard from Snoop again. He got found, went to prison, and he never heard from Snoop. He's to this day can't get in touch with Snoop. He said he never got a dime from Snoop, never got a package. Suge seemed surprised, and he actually seemed remorseful for not following up himself with Malik. He said he took full accountability, and it sounds like he's going to try to make it right for this guy somehow. And sounds like he might know how to get in touch with Snoop, because he said, well, if you could, would you talk to him today? He said, yeah, I would. He said, I forgave Snoop a long time ago. But what kind of a dirty, evil individual are you to have a person sacrifice their time of life, a good chunk of their life for you, and you don't do anything for them? With all of the fame and fortune Snoop has come into over these years, and like Snoop said, if it wasn't for this guy Malik, Snoop wouldn't have a career. Snoop would have gone to prison. Snoop might have come out and might have still done music, but he would have had a reputation as a murderer. He wouldn't have been able to go to the Olympics and be doing shows with Martha Stewart and be the mainstream artist that he is today. He performed at the Super Bowl when Dr. Dre had the Super Bowl set a couple of years ago, and out there doing the Crip Walk and whatnot. And he has made this a mainstream, helped to make this a mainstream dance. And it's literally gang culture. But for Snoop to have done that man like that, like how dirty can you be as an individual, as a person? He even said that Suge had said in a different interview that Suge promised Afeni Shakur, Tupac's mother, that he was going to name his firstborn, because his wife was pregnant at the time with their first son, after Tupac, and he didn't do it. He just seems like somebody who just says anything in the moment, Snoop looks like he did have a twinkle in his eye for pufferfish. Allegedly, pufferfish helped Snoop with the legal fees. You have said that before. I don't know if that's the case, because during that time, I don't know that he was linked to Puffy yet, but he could have. I don't think he and Diddy got close until closer to when Tupac had passed away, because Suge was taking care of him at that time. You said Pufferfish probably told Snoop to forget about Malik, like he forgot about Shine. That is true. He did do that. Meek Mill, guilty. I'm not even talking about Meek Mill. Are you listening, Wayne? told you about Snoop earlier. I told Wayne because Wayne, you see, Wayne has Snoop as his avatar picture. I think Wayne has Snoop as his avatar picture on other platforms too. And I told you, Wayne, to stop idolizing this man because he ain't shit. He ain't shit. I'm telling you right now. And you're going to see that some things are going to come out. Okay, you saying Snoop's guilty. Okay. Long as you're not idolizing Snoop. You need to take his picture off your profile. Period. Mike Nice. Is this the Mike Nice from like years ago? Mike Nice? What's going on? It's been a long time. What's happening with you? Matter of fact, since you brought up that lawsuit, let me look that up real quick. Let me look up this lawsuit real quick. I'll play y'all the video that I shot and edited. It's Friday, y'all. It is Friday. Yay. Okay, so let's see. I have to log out of this. There's a new lawsuit. Y'all has Meek Mill, Jay-Z, ASAP Rocky's attorney, and some other people. So let me pull that up real quick. Let me find the paperwork. Okay, so this is in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania is where Eastern District of Pennsylvania. And I have the case number here. Let me put that in. Let's see, 225-CV 01590. Okay, let's see. All right, y'all, let's see what they talking about on this case. Let me see the comments real quick. Juti said, checking up on me. I'm good, Mike. I'm good. You could come more often and hang out with us sometime. How you doing? It's good to see you. It's been a minute. Juti said, Snoop is just as guilty as deflated pufferfish. He said so himself on that couch when he was talking about the kids that disappeared and quote. Yeah. Oh, the vids. Right. The videos. And Dr. Dre said they got he said, oh, they got the videos. Yeah, they got them. They got them. Could be kids too. Nothing would surprise me. Exactly. You had to chill off of YouTube, Mike. I don't blame you. Oh, on social media, period. Yeah, I feel you on that. I really do. Yes, please hit the like button. Let's talk about what this lawsuit is. It's supposed to be a new lawsuit. Motion for leave, pro guideline, complaint. Let me pull up the complaint. Ooh, child, 7 pages. Ooh, gosh, it's exhibits. One of these exhibits is 79 pages. One is 101 pages. What are the? Okay, let's see what's happening. Let me start with the first 7 pages. All right, says that this is from some man. It says Hamlet Garcia II is the petitioner. This is a petition for pre-litigation discovery. Sean Corey Carter, Jay-Z, Robert Rameek Williams, Meek Mill, Reform Alliance, Brian McMonigal, Esquire, Joseph Tacopina, Esquire, and that's ASAP Rocky's lawyer that just won him that case, and John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10. it says that he submits this petition under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 27A, seeking pre-litigation discovery to prevent spoliation of critical evidence related to anticipated unjust enrichment, misappropriation of work, fraudulent misrepresentation, and civil conspiracy claims against respondents. The evidence sought is essential to forthcoming litigation involving unauthorized use of petitioner's work in Commonwealth versus Williams. Okay, so this is a separate suit for another case. It looks like that he's trying to make sure they don't get rid of some evidence. Let me see, where's the actual complaint? Statement of facts. Petitioner authored and filed legal arguments and strategic motions in Commonwealth versus Williams number 59 EM 2018, which were subsequently suppressed, delayed, and procedurally manipulated, while nearly identical arguments were later advanced by Meek Mill's legal team. Evidence shows that Jay-Z and Reform Alliance financially backed the legal strategy that directly mirrored petitioner's filings, with Meek Mill's attorneys receiving compensation to litigate a case already structured by the petitioner. There's Jay-Z using his money and influence to influence a court case, to influence the court. Says the petitioner engaged in direct legal advocacy in communication, sending certified and registered mail to relevant legal teams and receiving responses that indicated knowledge of petitioner's work. Despite this, the credit and financial benefit for the advocacy efforts were misattributed to respondents, resulting in unjust enrichment and procedural suppression of petitioner's filings. So he's basically looking to the petitioner expects to be a party into an action, but needs discovery to preserve testimony or evidence at risk of being lost. The evidence sought is exclusively in the control of respondents and cannot be obtained otherwise. There's good cause to grant the petition because, okay, so the case is really the initial case that he's citing here. This is to get to protect the discovery for the case that he filed in 2018. So I'm gonna have to look up the actual case, bank transfers, but it seems to me that he's saying Jay-Z has used his money and resources to protect Meek Mill in this situation, and they've been putting this thing off since 2018, delaying and repressing and suppressing. Okay, well, this is going to be for a different day because I ain't got time to look into this right now. But don't leave me because I'm going to show y'all the video. Okay, my son does music, y'all know that, and we have a label, right? And we have an artist on the label. This is Juvie the Prince. My son is P. Corleone, and let me show you. I shot and edited this video. We shot this video last Sunday, and I'm gonna show it to you. Now, hopefully YouTube don't cut the video, don't cut me. I might have to stop it after a minute and do a little commentary because apparently they can't show more than a minute because of the copyright, because they did a remix. It's a remix of a song by Jay Dilla, and it's distributed by UMG. I tell them all the time, if you want to do videos and distribute music, do the videos and the music for those beats that you own or have permission to use. We have plenty of producers who they've worked with that have given them permission to use beats as long as they get their credit, and have also we bought production from. So I don't understand. Every time they pick something, I didn't even realize this song was somebody else's song. Okay. But, I'm just going to check out my work. You can follow us on Instagram. Yes, it is video time. It is Friday, and we're going to go out with this work. This song is called Full Fledged. And it's a really quick 2 verses and a hook, child. So like I said, we haven't done music. I haven't done a video, shot a video and edited a video since I think like 2021, since the pandemic. But I'm just trying to warm up and get back into this. Here we go.
It's the dopest prince of the alliance. I don't trust shit. Niggas be lying. Tryna be the goal like Kobe Bryant. It's all gas in this raw. I guess the highest. My nigga, like the skyscraper. It's DG or Nathan. Go ahead, nigga, please keep on. Dopest alliance gon' keep paper chasing. PD's fuck niggas sleep, so let's wake them. Man, these bras ain't shit, so we shake them. Pillow talking another form of snitching, y'all snaking. But we gon' keep on stacking like the crates, man. Line these fuck niggas up, dog, and I'ma break them. Doggy, this is DG's for the taking. My mama passed my nigga, I hate it. On to get it poppin' like the bacon. 2 chickens and some killer, I'm faded. Ain't no pussy out here that's worth chasing. And my niggas masked up just like Jason.
Mike, it's the beat. It's the beat they're saying we don't have permission to use. They blocked it when I put it up on the label. We have a YouTube channel, Dopest Alliance. That's where all the music is. I have like probably about 6 or 7 videos that I personally shot and edited on there, and they're all up. They're good. But this particular video, they said, oh, this is blocked. So I had to put it on the shorts and separate it into 3 parts. But nevertheless, that was Juvie's verse. This is my son, P. Corleone, coming up next. Hope you're enjoying. Here we go.
Look, giving out these balls, I'm feeling generous. Bitch, you run the game, we are not the ones to scrimmage with. He used to be gang, fucked around and lost his membership. Dopest in this bitch, so act like you know who you dealing with, huh? If you don't, here's a reality check. I was lost, it took a minute before I found me again. I just wanted everybody who was around me to win. And for the bitches I was fucking to be proud of the kid, But I guess that I was asking for a lot. Then I realized all I need to be is glad for what I got. Bitches treat me like I'm average. On my dad, I know I'm not. Trying to make it so my son will never have to hold a Glock. I have to lock a rock. I'm probably somewhere chilling in the ramen spot. Jewish girls is eating me. They don't believe in Ramadan. That's on Mama Don. Give them more than what they bargained for. Got a lot to say till we show up to their apartment door.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Shout out to Juvie the Prince, P. Corleone, Dopest Alliance Records, baby. Your girl out here doing her thing. Listen, if you in LA and you want to get a music video shot and edit it, reasonable pricing, quick turnaround, hit me up. You can email me on my Goddess Dawn Speaks email if you want to. And I do all kinds of shooting and editing as well for non-musical things too. So just a FYI. Thank you. I know my son is dope, right? I mean, they're both dope. I hear you, but my son is like my favorite artist. He's so talented. He is super talented. But thank you so much, UT and Miss Beautiful Spirit, for your support. Mike Nice, it's good to see you. Listen, y'all, enjoy your Friday, your weekend. And thanks for hanging out with me today. It's been a minute. Oh, thank you, Juti. I do it all. But I'm coming through like Blade if somebody ever messed with me. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Listen, I'll be back, so don't unsubscribe. And Mike Nice, come back more often, babe. And Wow Wayne, welcome back, babes. I'm so glad you're feeling better. And yeah, I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.